We're going to look at our email responses first. Okay, we are going to do that because we're having a little bit of a satellite problem coming out of Pakistan. Given the latest Taliban advances, we asked you if you were worried about the safety of Pakistan's nuclear arsenal. It was our question of the day. Getting a lot of feedback, too. It's pouring in from Germany. FA writing, it would be a terrible mistake to think that the Taliban will not try to infiltrate Pakistan's weapons. The whole world should be worried. Hans is watching from Oslo. He writes, in Pakistan, the terrorists won't only get a hold of nuclear weapons, but an entire nation. The nuclear power balance, he writes, is shifting in the terrorist direction. Now, we heard a lot of different people, some of them not having as much concern, like this viewer in Malaysia. Mohammed wrote in to say, why is the U.S. always telling the world to be worried about other countries' nuclear bombs? To my knowledge, only the U.S. has been the main user of nuclear bombs on others. A little criticism there. Also got some criticism directed towards us from the United Kingdom. Roger wrote in to say, how worried are you about Pakistan's nuclear weapons? He says, I'm more worried about CNN's obsession with negative propaganda against Pakistan. Well, Roger, trying to cover this story, you know, every expert that I talk to says that they are very worried about Pakistan, the combination of the weak leadership with the nuclear weapons, with the turmoil, Islamic fundamentalism coming in, not only into the military, but also infiltrating its intelligence services. And there is concern, too, that the military, because of this situation, might want to take it over. Sorry that you see it as, perhaps picking on Pakistan. That's not anybody's intention here. All right, we've got our guest, I understand. Hamid Mir of GeoTV is joining us to talk a little bit more about this. And people are, it would seem, around the world concerned, Hamid. I'm just wondering, is that fear shared inside your country?
Yes, you see, we are facing a very difficult situation. But this time, I think that after a long time, the militants are isolated because the provincial government of the frontier province, they gave them a chance of peace and agreed for a peace agreement, but they backtracked. So the majority of the people in the frontier province, especially the Pashtuns, they think that the responsibility lies on the shoulders of the militants because they are not serious for the peace. So now the public opinion in Pakistan is very much against the militants. It was already against the militants, but before that there was no broad-based consensus against them. So this is the first time that there is a broad-based political consensus against militants. Majority of the people are supporting the proposal to a full-fledged military operation against them.
All right,
and I hope that in coming few days they will be defeated.
Hamid, let me ask you, to what extent has Islamic fundamentalism, like the philosophy of the Taliban, infiltrated into Pakistan's military and its intelligence community?
I think it is not important because majority of the people in Pakistan, the media, the civil society, now they are fed up with this militancy and they are demanding for a full-fledged military operation. And I don't think that the Pakistan army is in a position to play a double game. They have to obey the orders of the civilian government. And I think that the army have started an operation in the Bunair area, in some other parts of the Sawat Valley, and the militants are on the defense. They are not on the offense. And in coming few days, I hope that they will be defeated. But at the same time, this is also very important to tell you that at the same time, majority of the people in Pakistan, they are not happy with the US policies. They are happy with the US drone attacks in Pakistan because they think that these drone attacks are helping Taliban. The Taliban are using these drone attacks as a justification to fight against the civil government, which they accuse is an ally of United States.
So that will be a major issue when your president talks to President Barack Obama?
It's not a major issue only for the President Zardari. It's a major issue for the whole of our country because majority of the analysts, the political strategists, they think that these US drone attacks in last 3 years have killed about 700 people, and out of those 700 people, there were only 14 or 15 terrorists. So these drone attacks have killed more civilians and very, very few terrorists. And that's why the Taliban, they always use these drone attacks as a justification to fight against a pro-US government in Pakistan. So the US must stop drone attacks if US want to help Pakistan.
Hamid Mir, executive editor of GeoTV, I want to thank you. I apologize. We had some serious satellite problems there, but Hamid, I'm glad that we got to hear what you had to say. Important words there from Pakistan.